Good morning. How you doing? Welcome to another weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. Each and every week, I jump on here and analyze a random deal that I find on the internet for a cash price and a creative price. Let's get into it. So today we are diving into Johnson City, Tennessee, number 4 Hastings Court, Johnson City, Tennessee, 37604. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that's a little over 1,500 square feet. Looks like it's got a decent yard out front. They got a $20,000 price drop. How long have they been on the market? Woo! Almost 200 days. I smell motivation. That's what that tells me. They got a price drop. What's today? About 45 days ago, and Zillow's still saying it's too much. Looks like the market is as well. So built in 74. Let's see if this tells us anything on the comments. What a find. Cul-de-sac, close to, no idea what that stuff is, but sounds nice. Impeccably cared for home and maintained. That means it's dated. 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Damn you, Zillow, for making me think it was a 2 full. Large living room with masonry fireplace, laundry facility and den. Well manicured lot, it's fully fenced, detached workshop. That's kind of cool. All right, let's take a look at these pictures. Nice brick home. I always like that. Nice little front porch. There's your masonry fireplace. Pretty big open spaces, hardwood floors, it looks like. Could be laminate, LVP or something like that. I don't know. Well, there's part of your issue. You've got paneling and really old cabinets in the kitchen. Good space, but just dated. Nice bedroom, bath with green. Pretty. Must be on a different level. Who knows? Laundry. Looks like a carport. Yeah, carport. Almost an entire full garage. It's literally just got the one side open. Everything else is closed off. I like this retaining wall and these little egg trees. It's kind of cute. I bet this is your workshop here. Almost looks like a little tiny house. Wonder if you could turn that into a ADU. I like this thing. All right, let's see what else we can find. All right, so we know it's dated and we know it's overpriced. All right, so, well, here's why. They've been chasing the market down. So, I wouldn't say it's a declining market. I'd say they listed way too high. And if you want to know more about that and how I figured that out, just drop me a comment below and I'd be happy to answer that or jump on another video or whatever. Property tax is pretty reasonable, nothing crazy there. Yeah, here's our, now again, this is just Zillow, this isn't gospel, but our prices are telling us this thing, the highest comp was 395. It sold. Got a 315, a 280. Let's take a look at these. All right. Nowhere near the same house. This one's a whole lot newer and nicer, I think. When do they sell? 22. So they tried to probably use this thing as a comp 2 years later, or at their time they listed a year later. See what this 315 says. Take a look at those pictures too if you want. Just kidding. This isn't live. I'm gonna look at them anyways. Sold June of 24 for 315. Look at these pictures. New paint, new LVP, new kitchen. Yeah, so this thing was completely turnkeyed, updated, the whole nine. Unfinished basement. Did the other one have basement? Did our subject have a basement? I don't remember. I don't think it did. All right, we're back on our subject. All right, so if that one just sold for 315, this thing sure as heck ain't worth 330. So I would even say that 325 is still way too high as the Zillow price. But that one we just looked at sold for 315 in June of 24. So not quite a full year, but the market's a little bit different now. It's more of a buyer's market. So I think this price is way, way too high. I would say our ARV price is going to be, let's go with 300,000. We'll use that as our ARV price. Deal? Cool. Now, where am I going? The invest nest. And why am I going to the invest nest? Because this is where I do all my breakdowns. I love this software. I am an affiliate with them. If you want to try them out, use my code Chris Thompson Real Estate at checkout. Overall, their software is phenomenal. It's very detailed. They're pulling the same source data, whatever you want to call it, like PropStream and Privy, but this one's only like 15 bucks a month. If you use my code, you get half off your first month, bring it down to like 7 or 8 bucks. Give it a try. If you like it, awesome. There's no contracts. It's all month to month, and you can even try it for a week for free without having to put a credit card in. You can also skip trace, and it's included. So we got our overall details here. I think this is way, way too high. If it were in 2025 condition, then yeah, I could probably possibly see this price because it has that big workshop shed, whatever you want to call it. So let's do some underwriting. Break a deal down. For Hastings Court. Hastings. Purchase price. All right, so we said our ARV is going to be 300,000. Based on that, we're investors, so let me break out my calculator. This sucker up. I can share this with you so you see what I'm doing here. Here we go. All right, so we said our ARV or after repair value is $300,000. So I'm going to offer them 70% of that times 0.7 minus repairs. To get this property into the same condition as the last property we just looked at, I would say it would cost us probably at least $20,000. So we're going to knock another $20,000 off of that. So our offer price is going to be $190,000. That's a long way off, but it really just depends on their pain level. They've been on the market for a long time. Looking through the invest nest, I'll jump back here. It showed that there is no mortgage on it. And we'll go into that, but there is no mortgage on it. So we said our offer price is going to be 190,000. Closing cost 2 points. Hard money cost 2 points. Improvements cost, what did we say on that? 20? Yeah, 20,000. And sorry, down payment 20%. Term 30. And interest rate is 7.5 right about now. Rental. All right, so InvestNest didn't really have a price. So I'm going to go to, where am I going? HUD. So for a HUD 3-bedroom, Their max they are looking for is 1389. Let's jump over and look at our rentals in this area. See if that's close. Or 3-bed. 16, 21, 24. Now, these are just what they're asking. Doesn't mean that they have actually rented for these. But we're just doing this to kind of get a baseline anyways. But overall, I would say 18. Does that sound about right to you? This is my main kind of looker here. I think we're better than this one. I think this one's better than us. Another 18. You know what? We're going to stick with 18. All right, so we're going to throw 1,800 in here for our rent. Property taxes. It's not telling us our property taxes. Let's see what the old Zillow says. Now, again, this is just Zillow. Make sure you confirm with a local expert. Probably just call the county tax assessor office to get the actual numbers. So they're saying in 23 it was 1623. So it's about $100 bump every 2 years. We're in 25 now, so let's go with 1725. 1725. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna wrong button. I'm just gonna park this number over here. That's a yearly amount, but I'm just parking the number there so I don't have to jump back later. Insurance, $100 a month. It may be a little more, but let's see what we can pull with this. Management fee, we don't live there, so we're hiring management. 1,800, 10%, $180. Tenants paying the utilities. 5% for our maintenance and repairs, 5% for vacancy, and 5% for CapEx. We always hold 15 to 20% for our war chest. I call it a war chest because it seems like every time you have an issue, you're going to war. So that's the war chest. And when we go to turn this thing, we're only going to pay 5% because we're real estate investors. We don't pay full price for anything. All right, so not a great monthly cash flow. And it's going to cost us almost $65,000 to turn and burn this thing. So our down payment is 38,000 plus the 30,000 we're putting into it. So quite a few bucks plus our closing costs and fees, and just overall, I don't think this is a great cash deal. Even coming in that much lower than they're currently asking, just don't see it making too much money. Cash on cash, only not even 1%. ROI, almost 9%. So that's not hateful, but still a whole lot better out there. Closing costs, we're paying both sides. Breakdown of our expenses. Our war chest reserve is going to be $270 a month. I mean, your cash on cash, even at year 15, you're still not at a 10%. So overall, I think this is a horrible cash deal. Now the fun part. Now we go to the creative side. All right. So we already said our ARV is 300,000. 300,000. All right. So on this, I'm coming in 15% low. So 300,000 times 15%, knock off 45. So that gives me 355,000, or excuse me, 255,000. So 255 And our interest rate, let's see if we can get away with 3%. Who knows? All right, so we know our ARV, our purchase price, or at least our offer price is going to be 255 at a 3% interest rate. Let's head to bank rate, see what we can do. All right, so 255. We are going to offer them 5% down at 3% interest. Did I get this one right? Zip code. 37604. 37604. Yep, we're good there. Our property tax. Didn't see that. Jump back to the nest. And our monthly property tax is going to be 144. $400, no, none. All right, so this makes our PITI, or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, 1265. Plug that in. PITI 1265. All right, and we said our potential rents were what? 1,800? Yes. All right. Our war chest, we said, was 270. Our management at 80. Dude, still not a great cash price. And our 5% down was 1275. 1275. Agent commission, we'll offer them 1%. Because they clearly have not done their job. Assignment fee, none of that. Closing costs, already factored that in. So for $30,000 out of pocket, you're looking at a net cash flow of $85 a month. Not a good price. Really not. Depressing, but it's really not. So with that being said, this would take 27 and a half years to get your money back. No, thank you. So really, this one does not work for a cash or a creative price at these terms. So if we can get that rent up, just say we can get that rent up to 2,000. Changes our numbers quite a bit. That would probably up this to, well, 15%. That would be 300. Can't do math in my head. I went to public school. 300. Look at me. All right, so that's going to put 300 a month in our war chest, and our management fee is going to go up to $200. But that puts another $200 into, or almost $200 in their pocket. So that brings us down to a 10-year infinite return to get all your money back out of it. But no, we didn't factor in the reno cost. We said that was 20 grand. Oof. No, not 200,000. 20. So 48,000. Goodness. So this just is not a great deal. So not a great deal for cash, not a great deal for creative. If you could turn that shed into an ADU and rent that out also, not bad. One thing that did kind of catch my eye in the description is saying that it's all close to this, close to the VA, close to the medical center, Willow Springs Park. I don't know anything about that. But because this is close to medical, it really doesn't work for a long-term rental, but it may work for a midterm rental. If you want to know more about a midterm rental, drop your questions below. I really don't know much about that model, but I can connect you to some of my friends that know that model inside and out, and that is their entire business model is midterm rentals. a lot of them midterm rentals to medical. So I love networking. I love helping people. So if that's something you want to learn more about, drop a comment below and I will connect you with the right people that you need to talk to. So that does it here for us on another weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. Today we reviewed 4 Hastings Court in Johnson City, Tennessee, 37604. You tell me, drop a comment below and let me know which way you think you would go. Either way, thanks for joining us here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. We'll see you next week.